Hello, and welcome to the Rural Library Corners podcast. I'm your host, Maureen Penn, Library Director for Lac-La-Biche County Libraries. Rural Library Corner highlights Lac-La-Biche County Libraries programs, initiatives, new releases, and features interviews with local community members and groups. Even online, our libraries are your place to be. In this episode, I will highlight some of our preschool partner programs, interview Chasity Desjarlais from the Kikino Métis Settlement Family Resource Network, and focus on 2 eResources which people can access from home with their valid library card. Focusing on services and initiatives. Got homework? Well, BrainFuse can help you out. It's a free live online tutoring writing lab and so much more. This free resource offers students learning support from kindergarten up to grade 12, and it ties back into the Alberta curriculum. You can chat live with a tutor from 2 to 11 p.m. daily and create your own study tools such as flashcards. There's also support for adult learners, university courses, and resume writing. So this resource is helpful whether you're going back to school, switching jobs, or just brushing up on your skills. Turning our focus to some fun activities. Do you like to craft? Do you want to learn something new? Then Creative Bug might be for you. It is an educational video resource that focuses on arts and crafts. The videos are produced by artists and creative experts who have a lifetime of practice and proven teaching techniques. 1 new class is added each week, and all classes come with downloadable patterns, templates, and recipes. The Lac-La-Biche County Libraries are happy to announce that we're a few steps closer to rolling out our musical instrument lending library. Once libraries are able to reopen and restrictions are lifted, we'll be able to circulate a wide variety of musical instruments at no cost to our library members. This musical instrument lending library is made possible with the funding from the Kimberley Foundation. Now for some program highlights. Read and Roll will resume mid-February, but with a different delivery model. This partner program between Lac-La-Biche County Libraries, FCS Young Family Connections, and Alberta Health Services is especially designed for children aged 3 and 4. Read books and then roll with the activities to explore the story concepts. Online registration is now open, and closer to the start date, someone will contact you to confirm your spot, plus answer any questions you may have. The link to the registration form is available in the transcription of this podcast. It is also available on our website, in our events calendar, on Facebook under our events, and in our weekly newsletter, as well as the section called Creating Young Readers. Scroll down and find the section that talks about Read and Roll. Click on the plus sign and you'll find all the details, including the link there. The other link you can find on that same page is for Chicka Chicka Book Club. It's also resuming in mid-February, but with a different delivery model as well. This partner program between Lac-La-Biche County Libraries, FCSS Young Family Connections, and Alberta Health Service is designed for 18 to 35 months old and features stories and interactive play activities. The online registration is now open, and closer to the start date, someone will contact you to confirm your spot, plus answer any questions you may have. Unfortunately, our annual Library Con has been postponed till 2022. So, this month, January, we're holding a virtual cosplay contest. So do a photo shoot, send your photo to info@llbcl.ca, and who knows, you may win a prize. Our Lego competition is also postponed to 2022, but we want to see your Lego stop animation creations. All contest entries must be submitted on or before February 28th, to info@llbcl.ca. These events are all listed on our Facebook page as well as our website. Ladies' Night Update. It is now an online after-hours event for ladies and girls 13 and older. Registration is required at least 3 days prior to the event, so we can send you the Zoom link along with the scheduled activities, plus arrange for the pickup of any kits or handouts. The dates for the Ladies' Night will be as follows: February 26th, March 26th, and April 30th. Those are Friday nights, and it'll be 6 till 8 p.m. We hope that you can join us. We do have curbside pickup available at the main branch, so you might want to take advantage of some of the new releases that have come into our collection in the last month. We're going to start off with a picture book called Benjamin's Blue Feet by Sue McCartney. Benjamin, the blue-footed Bobby, is coming of age in his flock world of flying, diving, swimming, and fishing. But he already has a unique gift, treasure hunting. One day after finding a mirror, Benjamin becomes convinced that his beak is too long, his wings are too wide, and his feet are too big and blue. He decides to use his treasures to change himself. The next book we would like to highlight is by Kristen Butcher, The Druid and the Dragon. Maeve is a simple farm girl who daydreams when she should be doing her chores. She gets lost in her own wild imagination so often that folks think there's something wrong with the girl who sells eggs in the village. Maeve meets a druid who tells her she has the gift of sight and offers to help her develop her gift. But Maeve has a hard time believing that there's anything special about her. But when a dragon tells her she has a role to play in the future of the kingdom, she is almost ready to believe in herself. With war on the horizon, Maeve must dig deep within and discover who she really is, if she is able to survive the dangers ahead. Focusing on Book 4 in the Ascendant series by Jennifer Nielsen, The Captive Kingdom. In a peaceful Carthia, Aaron leads as the Ascendant King with Imogen beside him. But the peace he fought so long for is not destined to last. On a routine sea voyage, Jaren's ship is brutally attacked and he is taken hostage. The mysterious Cappers and their leader, Jane Strick, accuse him of unthinkable acts. They're also in possession of some shocking items, including a crown and a sword that belonged to his older brother Darius. The items unearth a past he thought he had put behind him. Though it seems Jaren must consider, could Darius be alive? And what does Strick want from Jaren? Against his will, he will be pulled back into the fight for the throne and a battle to save his kingdom. Some of you are familiar with Alice Hoffman, as she is the author of Practical Magic, which was later turned into a movie. We're going to focus on her newest book called Magic Lessons. Where does the story of the Owens bloodline begin? With Maria Owens in the 1600s, when she's abandoned in a snowy field in a rural England as a baby. Under the care of Hannah Owens, Maria learns about the unnamed arts. Hannah recognizes that she has a gift and she teaches the girl all she knows. It is here that she learns her first important lesson: always love someone who will love you back. When Maria is abandoned by the man who has declared his love for her, she follows him to Salem, Massachusetts. Here she invokes the curse that will haunt her family, And it's here that she learns the rules of magic and a lesson that she will carry with her for the rest of her life. Love is the only thing that matters. So I know there's quite a few people who like Outlander, and here is a new nonfiction book that allows you to knit some creations based on the series. It's called Outlander Knitting, and it's edited by Kate Atherley. So now all knitters of all skill levels can recreate 20 projects for apparel, accessories, and home decor that take inspiration from memorable episodes. Knit the caplet cowl that Miss Fitz gives to Claire at Castle Leoch. Warm your feet with Clan Mackenzie boot socks. Swaddle your barn with the Mo Shirty baby blanket, and dress your Jamie in a warm waistcoat. From chunky knits to Celtic cables, each project comes with clearly written patterns, gorgeous photography, and scenes from the set of Outlander. Welcome to Chasity Desjarlais from the Kikino Métis Settlement Family Resource Network. So we have an interview with you today, and did you want to share before we start something about yourself?
Sure. I'm from Kikino Métis Settlement, born and raised here. I grew up here. I actually had put in just about a decade at Kikino School as an educational assistant. I was in the community services director role for 4 years, and then transitioned into the FRN director role last fiscal year and commending April 1st. So I've been with the settlement for just a little over 5 years now.
And what does your role with the Kikino Métis Settlement Family Resource Network entail?
So like I said, I'm the FRN director, and my role entails a lot of variety of jobs. I oversee home visitation, support worker. I do a lot of administration pieces, a lot of data tracking. I work on the FRN portal and ensure that the entries are up to date. I create family profiles. I am in charge of training and certification for staff and myself. I oversee a bunch of different other committees, not as part of my role, but as a part of the FRN. I host a lot of different events, and hopefully getting back to it after COVID leaves us here.
So you were mentioning events. So what type of events does your organization offer, or what type of services do you offer as well to your community?
So we have different events. Currently with COVID, obviously, with the restrictions in place, we aren't able to do that, but we were doing an Empowering Our Community program. It was an 8-week program that we had done with Lakeland FASD. We started it off with Empowering Our Women, and then we transitioned it into Empowering Our Community. So it's just a better way of including everybody in the community. We're hoping to finish off the last 2 weeks as COVID kind of cut that program off. But we partner with a variety of agencies. I believe we have 32 partners in the surrounding area. And we also offer directly from the FRN direct services. So we offer ages and stages. We do home visitation. Our home visitation worker is a car seat technician. She is certified. We also have services for printing, copying, emailing, scanning, open to our members. We have an open door policy prior to COVID from 1 to 2 p.m. Monday to Thursday. And so that would just give our members an opportunity to come in and do those. And also for indirect services, we are referral based now. And so whether that's a service referral, an information referral, or a partnered agency referral, which is where we will actually transition our community member over to that program and services that we are unable to accommodate them with. And then, we help with that process. And so we do a little bit of everything. In terms of events, we did like dinner and a movie, community kitchen, Pinterest classes, crafty mornings. We had a variety of different programs running. We did senior programming, youth programming, basically overall community programming, from Easter events to Christmas events, you name it, we did it. And we work with different communities within house and make those events possible.
So you mentioned that you had sort of open door policy. I know COVID has changed things. So how can people access some of those services like the printing and faxing that you were just mentioning?
So we actually transitioned over to virtual appointments, and so they are able to contact us on our cell phones within the operational hours. We have put that information out there. We have each an email. My email is kmsfamilynetwork20@gmail.com, and my home visitation worker was kmshomevisitation@gmail.com. And the reason why we use Gmail is because then we can actually book in our members or clients to have Google Meets, Zoom. They can phone us, they can text us, they can Facebook message us. We have two Facebook social media sites. One is a Facebook page and one is a Facebook group. The group is ran by the home visitation worker and the page is ran by myself. And so we put out our information, our current hours, how we are operating, how they may reach us. And we also have a monthly newsletter, and that also entails everything that I just covered. And we distribute that beginning of every month, and all the current information, COVID guidelines, hours of operation, everything is included in there, with also some interactive activities. However, we are only on an email basis for the newsletter with COVID restrictions, as we don't want to have any transmission on paper copies. And when it is safe to do so, we will resume back to paper copies, which we were distributing 250 newsletters in our community a month.
Nice. Now, I know COVID has changed a lot of things, but how do you know you're reaching your target audience? In other words, your community members, and achieving the goals that you've set forth in either event planning or services, or just your operational plan of service?
So when we transitioned over to the FRN pilot project, we are on a 3-year pilot project, all the Métis settlements. So I actually worked together with administration, and we compiled the work plan with all the outcomes that are directly outlined in this work plan. We know we're hitting our targeted audience by the data we're tracking. We do feedback surveys via SurveyMonkey when it was safe to do so, paper copy. We also did online polls to accommodate those who were online, also by the social media and by using the pages and the groups, and just by getting general feedback from our members, indirect, verbally, text message, etc. So we know we're meeting those criteria and those markers. We do not have a wait list for services for home visitation. That is a huge positive in our community. That being said, we are expecting to get more referrals and things like that because of the limitations of COVID, and we do realize that mental health is a big issue, so we're going to be hitting the ground running when we're safe to do so by implementing more programming around those services that we know are a really big need in our community.
So what other events, when COVID restrictions lift, are you looking at?
So we're looking back at possibly doing elders meals again. Obviously, we cannot gather and sit together like we once did, but we're looking at maybe doing Meals on Wheels. We're looking at doing other partnered programs. We're still working with public legal education with Bearpaw, and they have virtual online workshops that we're still participating and promoting and helping them with that. And so we're going to go down that same path that we were doing before, but more I want to say more intense subjects, more intense issues that we want to deal with, and have those supports in place for our members. Addictions, substance abuse, domestic violence, suicide. We address those issues. We try and have as much workshops and programs as we can out there to talk about it, to normalize it, to try and heal from the trauma, and really focusing on reconciliation and moving forward in our community to make it healthier than what it is right now.
That sounds fantastic for all the initiatives that you currently do and are going to be reinstating once COVID-19 restrictions lift. Are your programs and services open to all?
Yes, we are open to everybody. However, like any other community, our members are priority first, but we do take non-members as well. Anybody can access our services, really. We are provincially funded, the FRN, and so we do accommodate everybody.
Perfect. And for those who might not know where your office is located, I know a lot of community members probably know, but if you could share that information, that would be perfect.
Sure. So we're located actually in the heart of Kikino Métis settlement, down in the village slash hamlet, however you want to call it. We're the big beige building. It says community center. We have some beautiful logos we got done from the print shop that directly locate us. We actually share the building with other services. So I would think we're more like a hub, which it makes sense for us. So we are in the same building as the RCMP, Justice, Métis Settlements, Children's Services, Alberta Health Services, and Recreation.
And I know you had mentioned your email addresses, but how else can people contact the Kikino Métis Settlement Family Resource Network?
So you can reach us Monday through Thursday from 8:30 to 4:30 at 780-623-8285 is where you can reach us. That is the FRN Center number. You can also reach us, like I said, by email, or you can follow us on social media. And yeah, those are the ways you can reach us. Yeah, that's about it.
Is there a website as well?
No, we are currently working on a website for the FRN, and hopefully that comes with the new fiscal year. This is our first year pilot project, so it's more focusing on the quality assurance documents, the training, ensuring our staff are up to date on all of that. So commencing in the second year of the pilot project, April 1st, fingers crossed, COVID restrictions lessen a little bit. And yeah, we're hoping to get someone to develop us a website.
Fantastic. Is there anything in closing that you wish to add?
No, not at this time though, but I thank you for the opportunity for the interview, as it will help us promote the FRN for Kikino Métis settlement.
Well, I am glad you could join me today, and I'll make sure that the podcast link gets to you so that you can share it with community members. And thank you. I know time is very precious to people right now, and I appreciate the time you spent with me today.
You're welcome, and thank you, Maureen.
So that's a wrap on our first podcast for 2021. I'm glad you could join me today. And if you wish to review the notes for today's podcast or get more information about Lac La Biche County Libraries, just head on over to our website at llbcl.ca. In our next episode, I will highlight some of our programs and services, interview a community member, and focus on 2 new e-resources which people can access right from home with their library card. We encourage you to subscribe and share our monthly podcast with others. So until next time, I'm Maureen Penn for Lac La Biche County Libraries. Our libraries, your place to be.